Hey y'all, today I'm giving a full review of the Pegasus 37. So I have done a first impressions review of this shoe, and if you'd like to see that, please head on down to the link below. So the upper of the shoe. So the 37 supports a textile mesh upper, which is a bit thinner than last year's perforated upper, and definitely, even though it's thinner, it gives really good stability, really good protection for your foot when you're out running those long miles, or short miles even. This year has a mid-band, or mid-foot band here that supports the shoe and supports your foot in the shoe, should I say, and it really does give you great support, and I've used this for many long runs, and yeah, the mid-foot band definitely does help you feel stable and secure while you're out there putting in those miles. The heel cup here is different to last year's in the sense that the heel counter is, you can see it's a bit spiked here, and I think it's supposed to give you that lockdown feel that you want in any runner really. But for me, and as touched upon in my first person review, I don't think that's the case for me anyway. There is still heel slippage. Now, I felt there was a lot of heel slippage, in my first impression review, and I really went into detail about that. Having put in, I'd say easily 70 plus miles in this, I feel the more you use it, the better it adjusts to your foot. So for me, there's a bit of breaking in required for this shoe. But with that being said, I still do feel the heel slippage if I don't really, tie myself securely with the laces to the shoe. And it's something that I think should be improved upon. But nonetheless, overall I feel that it's more secure than it was originally when I first started using it. So that's a good thing. So that's the upper. Now let's move on to the midsole. So this year we get React foam all around the midsole here, and we also get a Zoom Air pocket to give you a bouncier, energetic ride when you're out there putting in the miles. And for me, having ran 60, 70 plus miles in this shoe, you really do feel you're getting back what you're putting in terms of that bouncy, energetic, feel when you run. And definitely it's improvement upon last year's iteration, and I really like this shoe because I have gone out numerous times in this now for a few long runs, and I really feel that it's a great shoe for that. And not only that, you can bring this out as well for races on a race day, for a 10k or a 5k. I wouldn't really advise that, but you can. But for me, it's the long runs where this shoe really shines. And overall, I feel the midsole is a great one, and it's a great addition to the shoe. Now, just to touch on briefly the weight of the shoe as well, while I'm at it. So in UK 9.5, this is around 10 ounces, which is heavy, and it's heavier than last year's iteration as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware, should I say. And I think they should do with really getting down that weight a bit if they can. And yeah, I think that overall it doesn't take away much from the shoe, but the heaviness does affect you, especially when you're doing those races. So that's why I think long runs are really good for this shoe. So now let's move on to the outsole of the Pegasus 37. So the outsole, so you'll see here from the get-go there is a lot of rubber, an extreme amount, and what this does is it provides great grip on those pavements, whether it be wet days or otherwise. I mean, as I touched upon in my first person review, I don't think there's need to absolutely layer this with rubber, but I get where they're coming from, and I understand that more rubber means a kind of a grippier, steadier and more durable ride. And for instance, the durability in the shoe is ridiculous. Like, I mean, this is it after, I'd say, I don't know, 70, 80 miles, and it looks great and it feels the same, and that's just a testament to how good this shoe is in terms of its durability. And without this rubber, I don't think it would last as long as it does. I can easily see this lasting around 300 miles plus, even more than that, I'd say maybe 400 miles. And I guess that's why they have so much rubber on this, because they want it to last, and they want it to be, you know, your shoe of choice when you're out there for those daily training runs or those long runs. But as I touched upon there a few minutes ago, I believe that the weight should be reduced, and in order to do that is to get rid of some of this rubber in the next iteration. I mean, I just think that it would improve just bits of the shoe in terms of the weight especially. I mean, nowadays there's a huge kind of you know, emphasis on getting a lighter shoe, and for this shoe to be over 10 ounces, it's a heavy shoe, and it's not a shoe that you'd see as contender for daily trainers, I'd say, in the next few years, because I'd say they'd be getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and more minimalistic, and this shoe just has a bit too much of foam and a bit too much rubber to make it a lightweight daily trainer. But look, with that being said, I still think these additions to the shoe make it a more durable and a better trainer for those people who want to use this for a long time. So yeah, that's the outsole. A good outsole, but something that I think could be improved upon in the years to come. Okay, so that was my review of the Pegasus 37. Overall, I think it's a great shoe. My opinions haven't really changed since my first impressions review of this shoe. I do think though that the more you use it, the better your foot adjusts to it, and the better you are using it, you know, on a daily or a weekly basis, because the more you use a shoe, the more you get out of it simply. I really think it's one of my best, if not the best, daily trainer I have, and it's something that I will continue to use in the weeks to come and the months to come, and I can't see it, you know, wearing out anytime soon, because so far it looks excellent and it provides the support that I want on those long runs. So yeah, overall a great shoe, definitely worth the price. I paid, I think, €140 for the shoe, and yes, it's expensive for a daily trainer, but at the same time definitely worth it just for what you get out of it, simply. So yeah, an excellent daily trainer and a brilliant addition to the Pegasus lineup of Nike shoes. Thanks guys for watching. If you want to see more reviews, please head over to my channel, and I have a ton of reviews there, including the first impressions review of this shoe and other reviews, not just on running shoes, but on other things like earphones, and I also have a marathon training plan, basically a diary of what I did every week for 15 weeks leading up to last year's Dublin Virtual Marathon. So thanks folks, and I will see you soon.